Let's do a little recap of a couple coins. We'll go over USDT dominance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sol, CRV, Link, and Matic. These are the only coins that I'm currently looking at. But let's see and start with USDT dominance and why we had a pump. Obviously, the market was at very lows, so we were bound to, get some kind of relief. We had swing failures on a lot of coins, but before we do that, USDT dominance, there was clear resistance, and we rejected from it. Right, whenever we are at resistance with dominance and we reject, we will get a pump. Participants in the market are slowly getting into positions. Now, how long that will last, I'm not sure. We are still holding the trend, so I expect at least a bounce on this trend line. Possibly a good place to take profit on longs if you got in from below. Lose this trend, I'm looking at an SR flip at 7.87. We should have a bounce here. If we do not, then we might go much lower, and Bitcoin could go to about 17.4 to 18.3K. We are putting in a cup here. Right. So I'm not sure if we're going to get this handle. If we do and this plays out, then it's going to look something like that. Right. I don't want that to play out. It means bottom. I don't think bottom is in yet, but we still could go a little bit higher before we go further down. I would love to get a retest around 21.5K before we go further down. Don't think it's going to happen, so I'm going to be shorting 18.3 and a little bit lower, but I'll go over that in a second. But here is your analysis here. Lose this trend line and go lower. This would be the place to exit longs. Right? If we do break this trend line, we probably will go higher as well. If we are able to flip this resistance, you can look at opening shorts, but we do. This would be the if we flip this, this would be the third touch possible at this resistance. If we have a triple top, then beautiful news for the market. So keep an eye out on USDT dominance. The areas of interest right now are this trend line retest. Break that, then we are looking at this SR flip around 7.87%. If resistance is flipped, exit your longs and wait to see what happens in this zone, because if we reject here again, right, we're gonna have a brief pump again. So let's start with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin yesterday had a swing failure. Right, so we took out the lows and we put in a good swing failure. Here it's much more noticeable on the 4-hour. And we had a pump. So that correlates with USDT dominance and how we were at resistance, rejected, Bitcoin pumped at that rejection. Now let's take a look. Clear resistance for Bitcoin on lower time frames is going to be at 16.8 to 17K. Break that. I would love to get this short here. So this supply zone here at 18.3 to 18.5K is where I'm looking to short. We have brief resistance here at 16.7, so you can scalp short that. Something like this. So entry would be at 16.7, DCA at 17. Stop loss around 17,150. And we're going to be targeting the range lows, right? So we're playing level by level. Short range high until broken, long range low until broken, right? If we do break that, my stop is going to be manual. If we're able to flip this to support, then I'll cut for a loss, right? And this will be my main short here. So about 18.3. But we could also, I might start my short around 17.6K. So all of this. So I'm actually going to scale in shorts. I'm targeting 13.8. I'm going to start scaling my shorts around 17.6K. It's very small. And then DCA at 18.3 and 18.5. And have a hard stop around 19K. And I'm targeting 13.8. Why 13.8? Zoom out on the weekly. It would be a support touch, right? We flipped it to support here, breakout, there's a support test, and it'd be another SR test, right? Or another test of support there. Again, it's going to be hard to swing anything in this market, so take it level by level, right? We had a swing failure, got a nice pump from it. I'm looking to scalp short 16.7, 17K DCA, and targeting range lows again. I will long range lows as well, and target range highs. Keep playing the range until one side's broken. I'm going to scale into shorts at 17.6K all the way to 18.5K, and then I'm going to target 13.8K. That's my Bitcoin plan. For ETH, we possibly might have had a double bottom here, right? So for those that are long-term investors or trading spot, with the intention of holding it for a couple of years, these are not bad spots to, buy and hold, right? I don't think the bottom's in with all the events going on. We still have macro bearish sentiment, but if this is the bottom, you bought for $1,000. It was 4,800 back in November. So this is not like a bad place to start buying and averaging down. For traders, right, we play it level by level. If this is bottom, we'll buy higher with confirmation. So right now, I'm looking to see if we reject from be a bit higher. 12,000. My bad, 1,200. So I'm looking at a rejection point in this area. Okay. We rejected before. So this gives me confluence with horizontal and diagonal resistance. If we're able to flip that and break out of this, right? Now I'm starting to look at 1350, 1320 to 1350 as my short. So I would love to short this area if we can get it. Hopefully Bitcoin can get to 18.3K, and that would be the short. I'm going to be targeting $600 ETH. These would be swing plays. If we flip this to support, I'd look to long that as well. So I'm not sure if we get it, but if we flip it to support, or do a successful retest of this trendline breakout, stop will have to be determined later. but I'm gonna long to that 1320 area. Something like that. Again, stop has to be determined later. I still think ETH has a while to go down, but if we're taking a look at ETH on a lower time frame, so let me get to, let's see ETH on the hour. Do we have a possible inverse head and shoulders here? Now a clear way to trade this one, flip this to support, you'll long, your target will be around 1216, which should be in with this order block here. Right? Now if we go and look back, so here's a low time frame trade, right? Flip that to support. Stop would be a little bit higher. We just gotta wait for more information, but I would like about a 2% stop, and it's gonna be about 3.4 hour trade, right? And if we look at ETH here on the daily, that would coincide with this order block, right? So I like that short. I'll take it on the lower time frame. I have my long option on the higher time frame as well, but if we can get this inverse head and shoulders, we should get a little pump there. Look to short there, and we also have our swing short as well. For Sol, now Sol on Binance and Bybit are a little different. Binance had this demand zone here that filled perfectly, right? Your DCAs would have filled in that zone perfectly, and you'd have gotten with DCA about a nice, almost 9% move. Now we're looking to see Sol's weak, okay? Looking to see what happens here. It's been rejecting this trend line, right? I am looking to see if it can break here. 12.5 has been strong. It was support. It held for a little bit until we turned it to resistance. Almost there. So we should reject there. Okay. So you could take a quick scalp short. Probably something like very tight stop. So around 12.5, and you're going to target 11.5. That's a low time frame trade. Now on a higher time frame, if Bitcoin does end up going to 18.3K, maybe we can see Sol maybe around $14, bearing, no positive news from all this mess. And I would be looking to short there. So something like new lows. These are nice swing trades. So something like that. If I get stopped there, if we do end up going, if the market goes higher, I'm looking to short there. 16. So we play it level by level. Things can change. I could change my mind. Follow me on Twitter for my news. Next coin, looking at CRV. Now CRV's been pumping with the whole entire Aave news and the borrower, right? So it rejected resistance perfectly, right? We have an order block here. If we do reach $1, I'm definitely looking to 94 to dollar. I'm looking to short that order block, but we could start scaling in shorts around 85 cents to 92, right? That would be a good place to possibly get into a small position. And if we do end up getting there, now I don't know how high this can go or how much of a short squeeze, right? But there's two separate plays here. Obviously, it's a 12% risk. You're not going to lose 12%. You have to calculate your own position size to have a max loss of 3 or 4% if you're swing trading this. But if you're going to swing two different plays here, something like that, and you'll take profits at support levels. Now, looking to long, probably if this continues to stay bullish, I don't like this candle. If this flips the support to resistance, I'll long there and I'll TP around 85 cents. So if we get this flip, stop loss placement will come a little later. We need more data, but something like probably like a 2% stop. Something like that. This needs to be flipped for me. Link, one of the most bullish coins in the market. And perfect bounce from support. Got a nice 17% almost. If we look at Link on a lower time frame, it's at resistance at 665-ish. Here is support. So 16 or 665 could be a nice short scalp, but on a lower time frame. We should reject from there. We could be putting in inverse head and shoulders there as well. Right? We go up there, reject, come back down. So you could short scalp it. Otherwise, we have this order block here around 70. What is that? 690 to about 705. So this scalp short probably to about this area, $6. Tight stop. And then I look to, when Link runs, it runs, okay? So you have to go in with a smaller position. I'd look to possibly long this as well. If we have a successful SR flip there, target there. And I'm looking to short here, stop right above there, and target range lows. All right, so if we do get this inverse head and shoulders here, if it does play out, Target is going to be a little bit higher. We had the supply zone. We rejected from it and dumped. That would be another area where you could short. So Link looks good. Pullbacks on Link are for buying in my opinion. If I can get this area again here, this bullish order block, I'd look to long there as well. Last but not least, Matic. I think Matic pumps are for shorting. I would love to short anywhere from 94 cents to about $1. These are my short interests. Order block. Also, this is a nice area to short. So I'm definitely taking a short around 94. I'll DCA to about $1. It's going to be at low time frame resistance here soon. So 87 cents is low time frame resistance. Could be a possible long area if we get a small pullback in the markets here. Stop is going to be tight. So probably 77 cents. Probably take profit around 83 cents, 87, and then here if we get it. I would love to short, like I mentioned here, DCA. It's going to be a very swing trade, so my stop's going to be manual. I'm going to target all the way down to 60, 70, or 60 to 50 cents. And if we can get up here, that's where I'll be going heavy. So those are the only coins I'm looking at. Again, keep an eye on USDT dominance. If this is flipped to support, right, then everything's going to dump. So we could open shorts on most things, but otherwise I'm looking at this trend line touch. Thanks everyone.